Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovative, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane. The one and only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland of it all 1v1. Oh, you guessed it, it is Twin Beaches. In the south, it is Wednesday, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the Göring Fallschirmpanzerdivision. 2nd Panzergrenadier Company here with breakthrough mechanized and coastal battle group in the north east. It is SmallNhii fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth here with the 7th Armoured Division, the Desert Rats. Number 2 company here. We got Australians, we got Bickerstad here from versus the Dolpania Grenadier here out of Wednesday. As always, big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters for the continued generous and absolutely wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks for commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithm, which otherwise do everything in their power to bury me. So, Sabbath's moving towards us in aggressive in a way here, but also a bit unusual. It's like, see a rush for the munitions point right here. Typically not the most common pattern. We're also seeing the tank trap, which obviously provides some more durable heavy cover in some respects, but also can slightly mess with the light vehicle path thing. But yeah, slightly unusual opening maneuvers here at SmallNhii. MD42 for Wednesday. So far, otherwise, fairly standard stuff here. Machine up support the Australians up north, clearly indicating an intent to seize the fuel here on the hill, which is not uncommon on this map. In part due to the fact that it's a lot easier to hold this, and it's also a lot harder to cut off. Comparatively, the fuels on the beach is a bit hard to get to, but also it can be much more easily disrupted. So a lot of players on this map do tend to gravitate towards the northern end or the western end, depending on perspective, of the map for the particular fuel point. So that is something they're worth keeping in mind. MD42 moving forwards. There we go. Australians on the hill there. We got the Sango walls going on with a regular section there for SmallNhii. Not bad. It's typically more something to see, I find, against the deck than the Wehrmacht. Against the Wehrmacht, a lot of the time you'll see a player go for a lot of Australians, but there's nothing wrong in mixing them up there. They both have their strengths and their advantages. And of course, if SmallNhii is concerned about the potential being hit by, you know, swarms of like vehicles out of the Wehrmacht player, obviously having some regular sections will do good. 2nd Grenadier Squad here for Wednesday. Could be breakthrough, could be mechanized, could be coastal battle. I mean, we're not really seeing much of like any distinct indicator here as to what the game plan is so far. Whereas, again, with SmallNhii, it's obviously Australians and other fun stuff. Charging the machine on the hill here. 2nd Grenadier Squad ready. Machine suppressed here as the Grenadiers, the Pioneers flanking. We got the Australians counter flanking and the Pioneers supporting part of the flank, but the Grenadiers appearing on the right flank obviously forces SmallNhii here to withdraw his Vickers unless he wants that to be a German machine gun team, which most sane players don't want to happen. Section flanking in there with the Lee Enfield to catch the machine in a bad spot here. Setting up immediately there. Not ideal against a unit in heavy cover because of this range. Can still do a fair amount of damage. We do have one infantry arriving, but still, he can also merge here, so it becomes a lot less risky. 3rd Grenadier Squad here for Wednesday. So we're seeing a fairly heavy tier 1. Could be breakthrough, or it could just be a rise again and just Wehrmacht players in without breakthrough going for a heavier tier 1 presence with the Wehrmacht with Grenadiers. In which case that would certainly stand out a bit. Sappers busy here. We can see the Pioneers selling down mines. The Schützenmine 42, or Infantry Mine 42. Designed to, well, maim infantry rather than outright kill it. Barbed wire being laid out here. Machine gun section moving about here. No one's probably got the victory point this is, but the British, we got 484s, 490. Machine setting up here. Vickers setting up on the other end. Nothing further here out of Wednesday's base. Could take up, could go for the officers' quarters. And there you go. Vickers, they're not expecting the machine gun there, covering that position, getting hammered here from above. And in the south here, Sappers setting a mine there, losing Reginald and Lewis here to a mine. Pioneers closing with MP40s, and while the Sappers are pressed, the Pioneers will absolutely gain the upper hand here. And we see their SmallNhii just withdraws. Good play there. Artillery called in the hill here to force the machine gun out there. Australians, rescue section, they're calling it in. Good work there by SmallNhii. Pioneers, though, bit the bullet somewhere else. Better blow there to Wednesday. Got the Panzergrenadier Company and need to retreat the Grenadiers here. So, no breakthrough, no officers' quarters. There's certainly the potential here that Wednesday's plan is actually just start transferring out Grenadiers then for Panzer Grenadiers. Like, transfer is certainly a part of the Wehrmacht overall strategic capabilities, just most players typically tend not to use it, in part because, again, just using too many grenadiers can obviously feel less than ideal, and then if they get experience, a lot of players suddenly get very hesitant about transferring them out because they feel they're losing out on something. That's called player psychology. Anyways, machine covering the cutoff point here, but we'll have to see what Wednesday does do. I mean, transferring out some grenadiers for Panzer grenadiers, though, would make a lot of sense.
Awaiting orders.
Doesn't have to, of course, transfer all of them out, but, you know, 2 squads that I think could be very good at here. Wiring off here doesn't really do much when there's not really sandbags to wire off, I guess, but oh well. Second Pioneers already replaced the one that got taken out there by the British. Stuart's being rushed out here by SmallNhii. Still in the battle group for Wednesday. Keine Kampfgruppe, meine Herren. Grenadiers, machine gun team, they're hauling towards the fuel hill again. Got the victory points on the beaches. Dick is still on the move again as well. Can soon go for that M3A1 Stuart light tank. Pioneers close against support with the Grenadiers. Pioneers taking a lot of damage. I mean, charging in these trains like that is definitely not a great way to keep your Pioneers alive. It does merge, which is an interesting choice here. I mean, ultimately, we do see here that just SmallNhii decides it's not worth the cost. See, the South Pioneers caught with the fuel pump Vickers. Infantry section lowering down death here. Sandbags down there. Nothing further out of Wednesday's space. But overall, not entirely sure what he's playing at the moment. I mean, we got 3 Grenadiers, but nothing's really being transferred out. He's not going for officers' quarters, he's going for the Panzer Grenadier Company, but we're not seeing much out of that either. In fact, he's going for another 42, meaning he's going for an even heavier tier 1 here. So, Wednesday is definitely being a bit enigmatic here in his strategy. Like, I get to an extent what he's doing, but the way he's going about it feels odd to me. I mean, it's possible, of course, there's sort of like, you know, option C here, which is his plan is just to rush for the Panzer Company.
Confirmed. Light vehicles can
Then we go for some Arkrats. Yeah, going for Arkrats and then just push for the Panzer Company. Meaning he just went for the Panzer Grenadier Company for the packs exclusively. So yeah. A lot of Grenadiers, but not officers' quarters is definitely one of those very rare sights to see at the high levels of play. Section of machine gun setting up, P armor car dashing in, got the shot on the other end. And of course, this might be why SmallNhii, of course, has rushed out the Stuart, because if you are anticipating your opponent's going to go for the Arcard, you absolutely do want the Stuart. The Humber's going to like losing a lot of engagements unless you have multiple Humbers, whereas the Stuart tends to just shut down the Arcard pretty aggressively. And of course, they could also be then anticipating the Stuart as a counter as Arcard, having a lot of Grenadiers, obviously makes a lot of sense. There's obviously those kinds of mind games, which, you know, is basically, to an extent, what you might call the metagame actually consists of. It's mind games, you know, what is my opponent going to do? How do I then respond to that? And so on there. Machine gun wiped out here. Definitely the danger of extending against an armored car, and once he saw it, he should have withdrawn that machine gun much sooner. Allowing the Arcard there to then catch up with the light, that was definitely, I think, a bit of a slip there by SmallNhii. He's going for a mortar here. He needs artillery to flush out those bloody Jerrys. Up north here, another fight here for Mount Bacon, as British forces fail to defend it in the face of the German assault here. We got the Pack 40 for Wednesday, obviously needs something a bit heavier than Panzerfaust to deal with the Stuart. Of course, in the actual war, a Panzerfaust would have done the job quite well. But for balance purposes, in-game, obviously can't quite be the case. But yeah. Stuarting about, he got the tank command upgrade there to support, you know, by units. Basically makes infantry and support weapons perform a bit better with the Stuart around. It's a real nice upgrade, a bit underlooked, as most people just tend to prefer the upgrade that gives self-repair and smoke, which is obviously just a lot more straightforward and, you know, very nice. Pack 40 ready here though for Wednesday, and the Hermann Göring Fallschirmpanzerdivision. Panzerfaust off here. Pioneers down to 2 men, low on health here. Arcrat driving forward here. We got here also resource cache out for SmallNhii. Fuel there being prepared. And of course with the resource cache or strength economy here, they become cheaper and also tougher. So clearly SmallNhii here is either planning on a lot of Stuarts or is planning to tech up fast here and basically catch Wednesday off guard with a lot of tanks. Possibly just a few big tanks. Because right now Wednesday and the German army have secured excellent control of the map here. They control most of the victory points. They control most of the fuel points. So he's definitely giving SmallNhii here a bit of what some might term a bit of a headache.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Pioneers in a bit of trouble there. South side here, machine gun grenadiers seizing terrain here as well for the fatherland. We got on the machine gun covering up here. Mortars are busy. We got a 2-pounder gun here to assist versus the Armoured. Another push for the fuel point in the north, but the machine is dealing with it, and without the cover due to being tied to the barbed wire, this section is in a lot of trouble. Good to deploy smoke before moving in there, and that's arguably a bit of oversight. Grenadiers charging forward to it, they're being hit by the Pack 40s. Grenadiers were not able to get off the Pantherfiles here, that could have been almost quite ugly there. For SmallNhii Stewart, section pinned down to the ground here. Grenadiers nearby in the south. Machine guns, grenadiers could threaten the flank here of SmallNhii. Section about to get wiped out here. Mortar pushing forward for some reason here. I think he's using it to draw away attention from the section here, hoping to avoid a wipe, in which case, bold, but I can see the logic. Section or Sapper trouble with the MD-42. We got the Vickers there fighting on the other side here. In fact, he now has 3 machine guns, 2 German, 1 British. Really rough development here for SmallNhii, to put it gently. Really rough. Obviously going for that fuel cache when he did. It cost a manpower that could have been spent on other things like, you know, more frontline units. Stuart being further pushed back by German anti-tank gunnery. So that was a pretty big engagement. And Wednesday is looking to capitalize on the so far growth advantage he's got here with the medical station and the Panzer Company. I mean, why not? He's got most of the fuel points, he's getting a lot of fuel. You know, he's got a battle group that can actually leverage that with, you know, Panthers if need be. We do get SmallNhii here with a company command post, and so in this regard, the fuel cache does help offset somewhat Wednesday's strong fuel control. Obviously, even that has its limits, but it does help somewhat, a tiny bit. And he will need to get more fuel back here soon versus a German opponent. Oh, he's going to have a bit of a rubbish time of it. Once the German jackboots really start to get going there. Machine gun there getting hammered the British mortar. Archdart fixed up. Panzer Company ready. And he's easily got the fuel for Panzer IV, Sturm Panzers, Panthers, I mean, you name it. Mines exploding in the east section, taking a few losses. Good mining, of course, there by Wednesday. We got more mines in return there from SmallNhii. We got 349 versus 152. Assault through the center is encountering quite a few obstacles here as Wednesday with a layered defense here is creating a lot of trouble here for SmallNhii's infantry and support weapons. But obviously the mortars helping back in return there, flashing out at least parts of the defense.
Territory lost.
So SmallNhii's got the manpower for like almost any tank he wants. The basic question is how much fuel does he want to set aside, because we go for Crusader pretty soon. It could go for Matildas, which with the Pack 40 there could be an extra good choice. We can even try and set up for the Grant. We'll have to see, of course, what SmallNhii goes for there. But turning into current circumstances, the Matilda might just be the strongest choice. Again, her opponent doesn't have a lot of tanks, he's got a lot of infantry and other squishy targets, and only one Pack 40. So Matilda 2 right now could possibly be the, you know, way back into, like, you know, the match here for SmallNhii. South side is 2 up as the Grenadiers. We've got machine ring down, taking heavy fire there. You could even withdraw the Stuart, of course, here to get up the Matilda a bit faster. Maybe go for some foot guards in the process. We'll have to see. Ooh, Australian section wipe. Good. Work here by Wednesday, catching SmallNhii. They're not paying attention. SmallNhii commits to a tank, but it is not the Matilda 2. It is the Crusader tank. That's a bit of a surprise, as by now the metagame definitely feels like it's swung heavily towards Matildas and Grants, whereas it used to be, you know, a lot of Crusaders. But overall, it's not like I think the Crusader's bad overall, it's just not as wildly good as it used to be, but it's overall still pretty solid. Except you get a lot of them. And with the fuel cache, it shouldn't be impossible for SmallNhii to get a lot of them going. Far from impossible, in fact. Is the Crusader 2 there? The Crusader Mark II ready in a few moments. There we go. Heading north to the Pioneers mines, which are already obviously concerned about British mines. Thumbs up, it's Wednesday. We got the Vespa selected. No Panthers being set up. Okay, there we go. Now the question is, does he want Mechanized Assault, or does he want something else? Pioneers taking a nosedive right into the afterlife there for Wednesday. Crusader roaming about, upgrading here with a 6-pounder gun to the Crusader Mark III. Fun fact, the turret with the 6-pounder gun would be later be used on the AC Mark III armoured cars. So that way outgun them. No, not in the AC Mark III, it's the stack count armoured car. Sorry about that, my mistake. Not the AC Mark III, but the stack count armoured car. Anyways, then he's been porting here far from the Crusader tank here. Up north here, British forces have thwarted there Wednesday's attempt to control the north side. Southern vector point falling to the hand of the German army. Packs are being brought up. Only using heavy damage. He could go for a Panther versus the Crusader tank, as the Crusader will definitely struggle versus the Panther frontally. Of course, Wednesday may just feel like a Crusader's not going to enter. Okay, there we go. We do get the Panther out of here Wednesday. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. More the fighters rain down their German support weapons. Crusader there hanging back. Could definitely do some repairs, and of course SmallNhii could consider some more sappers, though of course you could also just go for more Crusaders. And that is exactly what SmallNhii decides upon. He goes for more Crusader tanks. Because why not? Grenadier being chucked over the fence. Panther is almost done for Wednesday. The Panzerkampfwagen 5 Ausführung D. First model of the Panther tank. So that's obviously going to be a bit of a qualitative difference there between the Crusader tank and the Panther. And will certainly, I think, make things a bit challenging for SmallNhii unless Wednesday misplaces Panther or SmallNhii turns out to be an absolute tactical genius with Crusader tanks. Now he's going to need a lot of them, which can send alter the trick. But there you go, Vic. Machine crew there pushed back with the Arctic Guard. Not the Arctic Guard, the Crusader tank, damn it. Sorry about that. Slight slip of the mine there.
Territory sector lost.
As I'm at this point really only used to seeing Arctic as this fast thing there, so. Anyways, Panther moving forwards here. Machine setting up a catch in the section up north here. Bit fresh fighting as well here. British forces in a bit of a pickle. South side, those clearly the main focus here from SmallNhii. Here his machine crew though. Oh, Wednesday's machine crew taking hits for that continue British mortar still. Stewart engaged the machine crew here. Got the Grenadiers on the move. Crusaders are being fixed up. Panther moving forward, going for the Stewart Panther fast opposite. Could see a double Panther fast alongside the Panther. And the Pack 40 supporting here. Can't just go straight for the Panther, or the Pack's just going to have an easy time shooting his Crusader tanks here. They're engaging the Grenadiers here. Both upgraded with a 6-pounder gun here. Pack actually withdrawing here. Feeling exposed, it would appear. Panther deploying smoke, withdrawing as well. Grenadiers in the cutoff point here. And he wipes the 2-pounder gun. Good work there by Wednesday's Grenadiers. Moving in the Panther again. Clearly once destroyed. Pack's keeping the Crusaders there at bay. I think. Yeah, he spotted it with the section here. So that forced back the Pack 40. In fact, he could wipe it out here, which would then leave the Panther exposed, because his rearmor is exposed. I could just leave the section here, but there we go though. Flanking the Panther here. That definitely means they don't have to worry about the frontal armor. 2 thumbs up, this SmallNhii. Very good tactical play here. Definitely punishing Wednesday for going into heart with this Panther. And there you go. Target weak point there. The Stuart. That's the marked vehicle. And the Panther goes down. That was definitely Wednesday. They're getting way too overconfident with this Panther. Like, he knew at least one Crusader was about. And he should remember that the Stuart has a marked target ability that goes for that command upgrade. So, there was really no reason for him to dive in the Panther that close, to be honest. And that was definitely like a big mistake that's definitely given, I think, SmallNhii a new lease on this match. He's bringing up 6-pounder guns. I imagine Wednesday's just going to bring in more Panthers. Just hopefully play them a bit more smartly.
Keep calm, pioneers.
Another option could be to perhaps consider bringing in some Starstorm as well, though. But right now, I imagine the Crusader Swarm's going to be his main priority, and that will require, you know, Panthers being well handled, at least Panther 4s. So, SmallNhii here building up a armored fist here steadily with his Crusader tanks. Finish the Samples and the Stuart, moving 14 Gating machine crew there out in the open. Heavy fire there, almost taking out the machine crew there. Dashing ahead for the glory of the British Empire. Grenadiers still being met with heavy fire and are ripped apart there under a shower of high explosive shells out of the Crusader tanks. The Crusader tank itself was known as a cruiser tank within British doctrine, which was a bit different from other armies' doctrines that offered for light, medium and heavy. The British operated with both light tanks, but also cruiser tanks and infantry tanks. And cruiser tanks were basically sort of meant like, you know, once the line's been broken open, dash in and, you know, cause as much chaos as possible. So they generally tend to be like, you know, faster. Such. Cromwell tank, for example, is also known as a cruiser tank. Up north here, fighting for the northern point of it, Grenadiers here chucking shield hand grenade at the section. Arctic dashing in as well. South side SmallNhii there is slowly creeping forwards. And we got a Panther for Wednesday. Interesting choice against all the Crusaders. I suppose this does allow him to more easily just build up a larger force of Panther 4s. So if he does go for the armored side skirts. Meanwhile, SmallNhii is bringing in even more Crusader tanks here.
Enemy is down to 200 points.
You need us?
Panther 4. Oh, cancelled. Perhaps he's going to go for the Panther after all. Smoke being deployed here to cover the advance of SmallNhii's forces. Thumbs up. Note the Bren gun upgrade there. Stuart there spearheading. Crusader sort of hanging back to Serbia. There goes Stuart getting shot at, but the shot fails to connect. Third Crusader almost done here for SmallNhii. And Wednesday's just not getting any tanks here. There we go, another Panther for Wednesday and Deutschland. Chinese moving forward, so we got to the front ring down here. Stuart's blasting away there. Got the Bren section forced away. Finally, Grenadiers here in a heap of trouble with this Crusader and the Stuart laying down here. Finally, mark the Recce section. And up north here, we got the other Crusader. Round engage the Grenadiers. Immediately obliterating Balta there. Leaving the rest of the squad there to figure out what goes on. As Otto also expires under heavy fire from the Crusader Mark II. Soon to be Mark III. Panther is almost done for Wednesday. At this rate, SmallNhii's going to have a very large force of tanks here. This is going to make things fairly challenging for Wednesday's Panther. Pack scores in the Stuart. Arctic almost knocked out here. Alternate choice, he went for swing artillery barrage here. But all the way, Panther moving forwards. Grenadiers there, finding their cover crumbling alongside the squad mates here under the heavy fire of the Crusader tanks here. Panther inching forwards. 188 was 429. SmallNhii still is significantly behind Wednesday here. And needs to do something to make this up. I mean, he could try and also focus more on the north side. He's obviously to an extent just pinning his opponent on the south side, but if his opponent's allowed to hold the northern victory point without any like effort put into it, it's not going to matter too much. Just always got him occupied here. So, section of this MD42 Panther moving in, getting suppressed quickly. Pack moving up, artillery called in the south here. British Army there getting shot at by the Pack 40s again. Other Crusader remaining reserve here for SmallNhii. And you can actually soon go for a third one. As for Wednesday, obviously plenty of options. Could consider maybe theoretically could go for the Vespa, but there's not really, I think, much cause for it here. He probably just wants more tanks, to be honest. Crusader's going for the Panther. Bold move, all things considered here by SmallNhii. Don't think that was the best move there, honestly. Other Crusaders strike up north here, catching some of Wednesday's northern forces. Finally, SmallNhii heading for the northern victory point. Grenadier is about to get wiped out here. Almost got all 3 victory points here.
The enemy holds all victory
SmallNhii getting the pressure up there on Wednesday, and the German army Grenadiers in trouble. Crusader tanks laying down the fire. We got a second Pack 40 for Wednesday in response to all these British tanks swarming all over the place. My God, Jorgen, you'd think they were fighting the Soviets again. Crusader dying after that Panzer's flank. Oh dear, there we go, going in hard here against the Panther. And down it goes. Again, good use of mark targets well there, but oh, Stuart, Crusader hits a mine there, but still, a Crusader for a Panther is an amazing trade-off for SmallNhii, less so for Wednesday. Gotta keep those Panthers, you know, in a good position. I mean, with a Panther, you really want to rely on its frontal armor, and, you know, its good guns, like, you know, fight the battles at distance. You really don't want to get close to enemy tanks. Yet so far, Wednesday keeps trying to, like, use it like that, which isn't quite ideal. At least you should have something to support, you know, the sides of it. So, this is really bad for Wednesday. Like, he's just trying to, like, get any number of Panthers going, whereas SmallNhii has, like, no real issues hitting, like, just a large mass of Crusader tanks. I think something may have to change here tactically for Wednesday. Of course, bringing a second Pack 40 will help somewhat. More mines would also be a good investment to help, you know, take off some of the sheer speed and weight of a lot of Crusaders there out of the SmallNhii.
Territory captured.
167 to 331. Of course, got that British mortar busy. Could go for the Archer, could also go for the creeping barrage. I mean, it's not like he's going to really need the Archer at this point. I mean, his opponent again has got he's got a lot of Crusader tanks, so... And so far, they've proven fairly successful with the Stuart Light Tank in knocking out Panthers. Of course, if you were to lose the Stuart Light Tank and its ability to mark Wednesday's tanks, there might be cause to get out an Archer then.
Spread out, Kinder.
So far, Wednesday hasn't done much to prioritize it. Perhaps he's not quite aware of the markability. Who knows? Section flank through in the south, you're looking to catch the German positions off guard. Doesn't quite work. Packs hanging back. 155s of 330. Panther 4 here for Wednesday. Crusaders dashing in from the north here. Could get Panther fast. There we go. Double strike there on SmallNhii's Crusader tank here. Packs moving in. One volley goes softly, and one of the Crusader tanks in the bad spot. Grenadiers pushing forward here, taking heavy fire from the Crusader tanks.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
German lives being snuffed out like candles at the beach. Packs pursuing here, trying to finish off at least one Crusader tank here. There we go, almost got it. Engine is fuming, crew is swearing. Tea kettle is spelling out precious tea. But the Crusader does survive the encounter. Panther 4 is almost done for Wednesday.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
There we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 gefechtsbereit. Packs being pursued here, falling back. We got armored vehicle training here for SmallNhii, an excellent upgrade, and certainly only something that's going to make things more complicated for Wednesday, because a lot of Crusaders with training and more experience is definitely a bad combo there for Wednesday's tanks to deal with.
The enemy has cut
Good
us
inching
off.
forwards
We
here.
have territory out of supply.
Up north here, nice little flank by the Brand section, catching the Grenadiers, pushing them back. Continue heavy artillery fire here. Tank being dispatched southwards again to try and catch that Stewart. So far, this has definitely been a really good investment here for SmallNhii, and certainly highlights what you can do with that tank command upgrade. It's just most players don't tend to think much of it, as it does require a bit more rule management than just, you know, making your Stewart a bit more likely to survive and not needing as much micromanagement. But the right hands, again, that mark target ability alone can really allow your other tanks to like do some immense work against, you know, Panthers, Tigers, and whatnot. Packs are having this light tank. SmallNhii is not quite paying attention. Could the Pax take it out? No, gets away. Crusader charging in here, taking advantage of the Pax point in the wrong direction, going for the Crusader's armor and car as well. Great kill there. Pax turning around, Crusader ready to bypass here. Panther 4 is somewhere else, and there we go. Pack wiped out. SmallNhii, he's sensing the opportunity, goes in hard. He's deploying smoke to further make things difficult for the Pack crews here. Excellent work. Panther 4 rhyming, you could engage one of the Crusader tanks here. Panther 4's Crusader down. 12 Packs wiped. Grenadiers wiped as he tried to crew it. And of course, SmallNhii just goes for another Crusader tank. So yeah, not looking great here for Wednesday. He's basically dealing with British T-34s. Except arguably cheaper, and in some respects actually better than the CoH3 T-34s. And plus they can get training, which obviously also makes them better there. 200 points left here for Wednesday. He's basically struggling to fight the Crusader tanks like at a cost-efficient level. Like in that sense, his best bet would theoretically be for either Stoogs or Martyrs to like find something that's basically cheap and can also like substantially harm the Crusader tanks. He needs to, like, you know, keep his Panthers at a safe distance so, like, the Crusaders can't just easily bypass the frontal armor. Panther in trouble here. Grenades are being chucked. Grenadiers are being mauled out in the open. He does wipe the Pack crew. The entertaining crew there. Yeah, Crusaders there going after the Panther 4 machine crews in deep top as well here versus the British tankers. Another Crusader tank has arrived. He's up to 4 Crusader tanks now, plus a Steward. Really strong armored force here out of SmallNhii. Really strong force. Good repairs here, but Wednesday's generally in a really bad place right now. Just the sheer number of Crusaders just makes things difficult for him at the moment. Much more difficult for him. I mean, he's got plenty of fuel, but the problem is he's just bleeding so much manpower, he can't really do much with it. So, unfortunately, while he did have a fuel lead, he just hasn't really been able to leverage it, which is one of those things that can be a bit, you know, awkward at times. Like, you get the big fuel lead, but you're just bleeding so much you can't use all that fuel. And that's essentially what's happening right now to Wednesday. Got one of the Crusaders here. Pack crew that have been caught here, though. That's going to be a Pack crew down there. Goals are flanked here. Like, SmallNhii is also just handling all the numbers quite well. Like, he's attacking from several sides at the same time, which makes it much harder for the Packs to, like, just, you know, fire a volley at times, like, just, you know, the tanks at the same time. It makes it much easier for SmallNhii to find a gap in the Pack lines and then wipe out the crews here. So for some right now, I mean, there's like 3 Crusaders here, but they're all attacking, like, you know, from various angles, and crucially only one is basically within the arc of fire, whereas the other 2 Crusaders are outside of the arc of fire. That requires a bit more management skills, but if you can do it, it's obviously much better. Pack wiped out. Panther getting focused down. And there we go. With that, Wednesday concedes defeat. A loss there for the German army, a victory for the British army and the Crusader tank, which certainly has just kind of fallen into the background compared to the Metal 2. and the M3 Grant here. But the Crusader tank in the right hands is still a formidable tank, as you might notice, in particular in conjunction with the Steward. They can really like help make up for those weaknesses the Crusader tank might otherwise suffer against heavy armor like the Panther. But again, marked target just means they might as well not exist. Obviously, it didn't help, like, because that first Panther was effectively thrown out there by Wednesday, and he obviously needed to be played there a bit more smartly. And I think some better infantry like Panzer Grenadiers or Starstorm instead of relying only on Grenadiers, I think would also done Wednesday good. But either way, hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.